though, because he is a level up. Shrimp's a level up over Kez. They'll call the bottom lane. I don't think they're going to be able to accomplish too much, though. He just slips right out. And Shrimp hasn't backed. Kez has, but Kez doesn't have any more combat stats than Shrimp does. He's actually down because of the level. And that's how Shrimp wins his games, is he just tries to out-level the jungler. Right now, he's actually a level and a half up over Kez. Kez just cresting level 4.
Oh, Flares is level 6 here. But Chris, with Grasp of the Undying and his Corrupting Potion ticking away, heals himself back up. Doesn't lose too much out of this as Flares is continuing to shove up. He did see Shrimp on the other side of the jungle, so he knows he's safe to push up like this.
And Chris missed that cannon minion too. Heroic charge, not quite, not quite. But we do see Kez coming up around the corner here, and he is calling Alex. So this might be a 3-man dive onto Chris very early on in the game with that level 6 coming out.
Chris is level 6, but he's only got 20 mana. Here comes Kez running around. There's the flash depth charge. He dodges another one, but he goes down first blood and repel TDK.
Immediately out there, Kez, he does get the kill. Missed the cocoon at the start. They did bring Alex just in case, but that's what you need to do when you have a lane-dominant champion in that top lane. He's just constantly shoving in. You know where the turret or where the champion's going to be underneath his turret because you're shoving him. You have way more wave clear. It's also how you play around a Graves top. Try to dive him. It worked out perfectly there. So Kez, a little bit more aggression here. And with that first blood, it's going to get him a little bit closer to that gold value that Shrimp has going for him, who still hasn't backed. Finally does right now.
Yeah, with that recall, that's actually going to send Chris and Flares to the bottom lane as our duos head on up towards the top. With a recall, it's just about even between the two, but Police barely half a minion wave behind, not able to afford boots too early on as he did go for... Oh, he's identical on gold. Never mind. Never mind. He still doesn't have boots, though. He still only has that pink. So this is actually pretty interesting as the duo has now swapped towards the top side. Means we're probably not going to see any sort of action bottom for a while.
Yeah, and I mean, we're seeing 2-on-2s and 1-on-1s in this game. So no lane swaps here, none of that early gold. Oh,
I think he just got that. Shrimp with the sneaky invade, level 7 to the level 5 of Kez, and takes away the majority of the experience.
Yeah, he did. He got that smite, went up from 36 to 37 CS, so easy mode there. And this is what Shrimp loves to do. Shrimp lives in your jungle. He's 2 levels up right now. Kez isn't even 6. Shrimp is 7.
Alex is forced to make a difficult choice. Do I support my jungler and help out with the invade, or miss out on Keen shoving in the mid lane? This is ear pick. It's starting to make more and more sense as the blue buff is being started by Shrimp. He sees the ward go down and takes one of the small sentinels before tunneling back out, just wasting so much time for Kez and buying so much time for the rest of his team.
Yeah, this is the type of pressure that Shrimp applies as a jungler. See if he's able to keep it up as Flares comes to reinforce. Nope.
Ooh, hook misses. 3v2, but Apex get out.
Yeah, not quite landing there. Shrimp, he's not done yet, though. Shrimp knows he has a superior smite, and he's finally going to walk away.
Ooh, down to 1.
Almost. Now he's going to walk to the other side of the jungle. Be like, okay, fine.
You take blue, I'll take red.
Your red looks juicy. Oh, are you farming Grom?
Oh, man. Raptor's now going to be secured. As he clears out even more vision. Oh, well, yeah, decided not to finish clearing it out.
Oh. And Kez actually looks like he might just give away his red. They sent Trance to the top side. So Trance is the one who's guarding this red buff. Have to watch for the collapse here. Special does have the inside track on the Tri-Brush.
Gets a ward down.
Yep.
Tornado is going to
See
knock
what happens,
Red's off.
Alex?
Oh, yeah, last auto attack Shrimp. He secures it.
His red, though, Shrimp has ulti. If he ultis to the other side, he might be able to actually pick up more, but no, he's not even going to risk it. Yeah. A lot of the time you'll see, I think Rainover did this as well, you steal the red, and then you ulti back to your red, and you catch the culprit who's stealing yours.
Trying to answer back. Keen looking for his second blue buff of the game.
His Shrimp just stopped autoing a long time ago.
Yeah.
He's like, never again.
Make sure the red buff actually wears off, the red brambleback.
Right, so Keen now has that, and Flair's starting up this dragon. He's going to have Kez on it in just a second here. Early dragon for the squad, but their TDK's up quite a bit of gold despite the farming from Shrimp.
They did get first blood, and now it looks like they are going to be taking first dragon on top of it as well. Smite uses it to lock it down. Kez nets that.
Yeah, we talk about the superior laning of Apex, but TDK actually have CS leads in every single lane, except for in that jungle.
Package picked up by Alex. So even if there were to be a fight at Dragon, he would be prepared as he's got Sheen and Phage on top of that for some copious amounts of damage. As the junglers continue to do their thing, and jungle, second recall from Shrimp is going to go for Merc Treads, more mobility to get himself through the enemy jungle. While Kez on the other side goes for the Runic Echoes, tries to get that faster clear, a little bit more upfront damage.
Yeah, not going for the tank build, of course. This is pretty much the superior NACS build at the moment. The movement speed is incredibly good for landing cocoons, chases people down, and also just getting around the jungle for your vision. So, pretty much see that more often than not. Keen with the early Negatron cloak and working towards his stinger for his Natcher's too. And Azir's pretty much been untouched this early game. Nothing's really happened, no pressure on him. But he still scales incredibly well. Despite the nerf to where his soldiers were doing, I think it was half damage before, for each pass through on his Q. He's still incredibly strong in that late game. You don't need that to just massacre an entire team. Just get a little bit of attack speed, get some AP behind it, and then you're able to just completely control the landscape of a fight.
We'll see how that works for Keen, as so far, as you mentioned, it's been a very passive laning phase. We haven't seen the laners do anything. The biggest interactions we've noted is the junglers invading each other, trying to keep an eye on vision, as Kez looks for some more wards and is going to clear out the vision for Apex. So they should know that he's here. And yep, there's Shrimp right below, already waiting around the corner.
Yeah, looks like they got spotted on both sides. Collapse onto Keen in the mid lane. Seeing a decent amount there. Nautilus on the side.
Keen's spidey sense is tingling.
Police and OQ are actually going at it in the top lane. OQ looks like he used Culling, got the better of that trade, and Police had to blow his ultimate as well. Underneath the turret, as soon as Braum retreated, they knew OQ was going to just go aggressive.
Oh, Kez has to path around the rest of the Razor Beaks. Finish off that ward. And the collapse doesn't solidify into anything concrete for either of the teams as the farming continues. 13.5 minutes in, 600 gold for TDK. They've also got that first dragon and first blood, but they've been content to sit and let that lead mature, even patient enough to know that Apex were in that bush.
Yeah, TDK don't seem to be in a rush, but neither do Apex. Everybody's pretty content to scale the double AD carry with Janna as well as the Azir. So there's no real rush on this game just yet. They're waiting for somebody to make a mistake or have one of their advantages actually turn into a kill or large lead. And the junglers are pretty much just keeping tabs on each other. Vision all around the map, as well as just making sure that Shrimp isn't able to farm as much. Kez is trying to keep his jungle.
I feel like this is one of the slowest games we've seen in the season 6.
Do you remember when these teams last played each other? And it took a very long time.
I feel like this is one of the slowest games we've seen since last time these teams played.
Yeah. Last time these two teams played each other, it was incredibly slow, and Seraph was on that roster as well. And that's when Seraph was playing Quinn, and they waited for the outscale to come through, and then Chris just showed up as Nautilus, and the game was basically over. Top lane, though, looks like a dive coming through. TP was used. Flares, now he's TPing in.
Uh-oh, that's 4 members towards the top. Culling is going to get some chunk damage. Flash used by Egg Special. He's running for his life. Buy some time on the far side. Hook is going to find him. He's going to go down. Flares gets it, but here comes the rest of Apex. Flash knockup finds 2. Trance goes down. Police is locked down. He spell shields, is able to get out of most of it with a late flash. The rocket misses. Kez dives and gets out alive, but this is Shrimp and Chris trying to clean up. Still no sign of Keen as he's answering in the mid lane.
Yeah, he's just pushing down the mid lane right now, but that is multiple kills going over to TDK there. 2 go down, and Apex You get 1 in return. And just some damage on this turret. So Rift Herald also going to go over to TDK here. Gotta find that backside. There they go.
Maybe it was like a Beetlejuice thing. You just have to talk about the game being slow, and then it becomes faster. That could be it. But that's Rift Herald secured by TDK. That was a 2-for-1 when it's said and done.
So culling to clear the minion wave. Now you can see on the backside, Shrimp is cut off. Shrimp has to walk all the way around. And then TDK rush down X-Special. And now Shrimp shows up with Chris. So the culling allowed the rest of TDK to just shove forward as a 3-man unit and make it a 3-on-2. This then becomes a 3-on-3 and 1 extremely low. Chris did have an ultimate that got Flares out of the fight. This still just wasn't enough to make sure that that last kill didn't go over. So good presence of mind there by OQ to clear the wave and the call to rush down the 2 members of APX that were separated. So it was supposed to be a 4-man dive, and it was supposed to be split 2-2 and a pincer attack. But they were just like, oh, there's 2 people, run straight at them.
Seems to be a good strategy.
Oh, yeah. Clear the minion wave out so that the other team can't run on the turret to get to them, and they have to take the long way around.
Shrimp with a good reaction. Smite secures his red buff away from the invading Alex. And is able to return back to his farming ways. So far the vision from TDK has been keeping a pretty successful eye on Shrimp. Sure, he's gotten off a few invades here and there, but
Package.
Not able to make anything happen off of it. The package has been picked up by Alex, timed right on time with the Dragon. This is number 2 for TDK, and there is nothing Apex can do.
Not in a position to contest right now. Shrimp just getting some vision of that empty jungle, pinging that he's on his way to the top lane. So Flares is going to have to be careful, or else it's a 2-on-1. He is very tanky, though. He put down a ward.
It's a big
but he's still going to go.
Chris manages... Oh, no, doesn't get the stun on the wall. Naka finds both of them. There's some good damage, but Alex with the counter package forces a disengage.
Yeah, disengage there from Chris, stopping that kill from going over. That most certainly would have been Chris going down without his flash. Keen continues to shove down the mid lane, but Alex gets up there very quickly. He gets back quickly as well to just catch this wave. Farming Raptors a little bit beforehand as well. Oh, stolen away by Shrimp.
Picked up by Shrimp. That's a very low damage ability. Was able to take it away as Keen shoves it down in the mid lane. And the minion wave has crashed, but Kez is already here. There's a pretty solid wave clear. Cocoon finds Keen.
Yep, Trance coming up from the bottom lane here, so it's a 2-on-1 in the bot lane. You can't really leave OQ alone like that, but I mean, he does like 1v1ing, but 2v1ing, not really his favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, seems to be content just to farm. Double Essence Reaver from both of the AD carries. Kez roams towards the top lane, potentially looking for a dive, but only finds a pink ward instead as Chris is long gone. But Shrimp lost his tunnel system.
Oh, he threw out his cocoon.
Ooh, there's
pushed
a
away too.
Oh, wow. Kez is actually able to get away. So Chris wasn't quite able to find the stun against the wall. It seems like he is so close every time as culling is used now in the bottom lane.
OQ just chunks out X-Special. X-Special's going to get a little bit of HP back here from his stacks. And the junglers are just answering each other, mirroring each other right now. Shrimp, once again, a CS lead, but 2 kills in the hands of Kez. Pretty much no defensive stats at all, not even HP in sight.
So far, Team Dragon Knights ahead by about 1,000 gold as they've been relatively calm and patient in this game as Alex gets his next blue. This probably works out pretty well for them, considering that they are a relatively new roster. Having the time to grow and mature a lead into the mid and late game.
I'm not 100% sure about that in terms of just team compositions. Elise, you know, kind of when you reach that mid-late game and you get items on him, whereas Corki, I mean, he has Trinity Force Power Spike, he has the Sork Shoes, so he's got much more power than the Azir did a couple minutes ago, but they didn't push it. So TDK, a little bit of a missed opportunity there to create more of a lead.
Uh-oh, Shrimp zones away Alex in the mid lane. No damage on my mid laner's turret. Let's keep that safe. As Keen finishes off his Nashers and starts to look for an NLR of his own. Oh, that's still the Singer.
Still
that's
Singer.
not Nashers yet.
Nope.
So going straight for
Nasher's
the
got some yellow teeth. He doesn't brush them, so you can tell. It's golden.
Whereas Blue Teeth, He drinks the funny water?
That's kind of white. The Stinger's white, right?
Yeah.
The background is blue. It'll throw you off. Those are some shiny teeth. Those are some bleach teeth right there. See, it's Baby Nasher when his teeth hasn't been through multiple champions just yet. Ooh, nice stunt there.
Catches Alex. There's the
Oh, wait.
knock up, but Alex is going to finally go down. Keen gets a kill in mid.
Chris, good job there. Had the steadfast presence on, and he used the heroic charge to close that distance, and it interrupted the Valkyrie mid-flight. And Flair's looking for the counter here on the Keen.
He's got flash and heal, trying to use it to keep himself safe, while Shrimp tanks on the far side. There are the Sand Soldiers shredding through Kez's health. No defensive stats are hurting him. And that's mid-tier 2 going down for Apex.
Yeah, immediately push it down, and when you open up the mid like that, you get a lot out of this. They're able to just roam immediately down to the bot side.
Did he take it over both of those walls? Oh my gosh, he did. That was amazing.
Yeah. Shurima Drift.
That's the bottom tier 2 going down as Apex make plays across the map, and now they're the ones with the gold lead as Culling finds Chris in the bottom. Flash is used, but that's a tanky Poppy OQ. This is a dangerous play, and Chris walks out.
And that's OQ right there. Immediately wants to just press. But he doesn't have the armor penetration to actually take down Poppy in that short skirmish. Blue buff is up. Looks like it's going to be what TDK have in their sights, despite losing tier 2 mid lane turret. Have to lick their wounds just a little bit here.
That's blue buff now passed over to OQ as he picks it up and walks out. And Apex, man, you were talking about it a little bit earlier. Yeah, these guys play passive and slow, but just like the last time they play, this game could explode at any moment considering the way these guys are playing.
Yes, it can pretty much just get flipped on its head with any type of engage, any type of ultimate that goes off. If Police sees an opportunity, or if Keen finds the right engage, or right position in a fight, or Flares even finds the right R, then you can definitely turn this entire game around and blow it wide open, because we're seeing only about a 1,000 gold difference between these teams. Pretty equal power, and with the items that we're seeing coming out here, Shrimp, jungle after my own heart. Titanic Hydra is going to be what's in the works for him.
Oh, wow. Oh, that item is strong. Dragon has just spawned, and Apex set up a death wall. They're going to secure Scuttle Crab right now, and TDK don't fall for it. There they go. Now they're finally getting Spot Shrimp secure the Scuttle Crab as they race forward with the bonus move speed from Janna. Dragon has been engaged, brought down to 3.5.
So now Alex will push mid lane, get an advantage there, because you can give up this Dragon and get that mid lane turret and get the inside track onto it. You can see right there, he's just going to ping it. Apex aren't even doing it, and they've called this bluff as Alex takes down this mid turret.
Apex racing towards the mid-tier 1, but they're not there in time. Special is pinned between the walls, forced to flash, but doesn't make it over. He finally gets out, but this is Chris in the front line, trying to tank as much as he can, but he flashes the wall. Culling is not going to find him. They're able to keep him standing as Shrimp body blocks the last few shots, and Apex in a bad spot, but they get out with their lives.
And TDK, with that pressure, were able to force Apex off of their first Dragon, and TDK pick up their third now. That's looking like almost a 36-minute Dragon 5 here for TDK if they keep this up. Good call there to go mid lane with Alex, cause the pressure, and then Apex were like, okay, well, I guess this Dragon isn't really worth it when we lose our structure. And you can see TDK still a little bit down in gold, but those 3 Dragons are going to be worth a lot later on.
Yeah, that TDK multilingual communication working out very well for them in that case, as they were able to remain patient enough and remain in a position to posture that fight, finally finding the opportunity in Apex. Lose the tier 1 and the Dragon, but they're racing towards the Baron right now.
You have Azir. Azir does this so quickly when you set up all these soldiers. Damage going through Kez with the wards.
Yeah, Cocoon finds Shrimp, but now they're going to be taking a lot of bonus damage from the Baron. Oh no, he doesn't hit one with the hammer. They're going to try going through. Chris goes over the wall. It's going to be secured by Apex, but TDK are going to make them pay for it. This is Kez chunked out to low, but Apex are locked in the pit like fish in a barrel. They're going to be locked down. Chris, the gatekeeper, is keeping his carries alive, and Apex are turning this around and winning the fight. The slow is going to find Alex. Chris finds OQ against the wall. He goes down. Keen and Police are doing some serious work, and Apex take the Baron and win the ensuing fight.
Apex just group up, and Shrimp, he's looking for this last kill here for the ace. He's not going to get it, though. And that was Police and Keen with their backs against the wall, and they were making a stand. The damage from the Sivir, he has 2 crit items, was able to just dish it out with the Ricochet as Keen was putting damage across multiple members in the backline as well. The reach to the backline from this Apex squad is actually deceptive because it's going to bounce off your front line or go straight through them.
That's going to be the Inhibitor turret, and Inhibitor knocked down when it's all said and done. 26 minutes in, and as predicted, this game has blown wide open with a clutch play from Apex. Backs against the wall.
It's a clutch call as well. Kez on this backside, Chris misses the ultimate, so he has to use his heroic charge to stop even the attempt of a steal. Kez goes over, has to walk around. Police and Keen in the backline. See here, all this damage is going across. Alex tries to Valkyrie into the backline, and look at that wall from Keen. They can't get in there because he threw up the Emperor's Divide to stop anybody from walking forward. Flares tried to walk forward. Alex tried to Valkyrie over, but that passageway was just sealed off, and now Alex walks forward. Chris had that nice stun off on the left side to get them some kills.
Special traded his life for Police, blocking that last-minute shot, then standing in the way of the next to keep his AD carry alive, trusting that Police would be able to finish off that fight, and it paid off. The Inhibitor's down, and now Apex are looking for action in the top lane, but TDK, they had a bit of a death push, but Flares waiting in the depths.
Yeah, Chris on the other side of the map, middle Inhibitor down, so you have pressure in all 3 lanes against TDK. Apex, with these Baron buffed up minions, they can take turrets really quickly. See what happens here at the wave clear. Not too much of a struggle for TDK, but you have to worry about what's going on the opposite side of the map with that popping.
Chris has his teleport, but Flares doesn't have his. If he could bait out the CC, this could easily be turned into a favorable fight, but so far the 4-1 is slowly whittling away the tier 2 as Chris is getting some damage on that Inhibitor and trading back and forth with Flares. They are so tanky. These guys are going to be absolutely fine.
You steal my health, I steal your health.
Yeah, and now with the next minion wave, Apex take down the top tier 2 and continue to pressure forward.
These level advantages as well. Sivir ultimate blown, so you have to respect that. Watch your positioning, and now they're just going to run away.
Yeah, the Inhibitor turret is secured. Dragon number 4 is up in a few seconds. The Police is going to take some damage here. Apex try to bait a fight with the Azir turret, but decide to back off. Now this Dragon could be very important for TDK. Number 4 would give them the momentum to try to come back.
They're going to need a lot, though. TDK down in levels now, across the board. 2 in that top lane, 1 in the jungle, 1 in mid, and then bottom lane evened out, though.
I like how it's 29 minutes into the game and Shrimp is still trying to invade Kez's jungle and steal his camps away.
That Titanic Hydra makes it so quick to actually farm the enemy jungle. You just walk up and attack, use the active, and then just let your Q finish itself off.
Red buff going to be picked up by Apex. Police, no chance of a steal for Shrimp. As that Dragon is up now in a minute, and with super minions rushing down the mid lane and a Baron Inhibitor top, this puts TDK in an uncomfortable situation. Now this pink ward is going to be cleared out. The vision going over to Apex as they're getting ready. They know that this Dragon is #1 priority right now, and they're trying to shut TDK down.
Yeah, TDK, that's how they get back into this game, is getting 5 dragons, being able to win a team fight off of that. But the problem is securing those last 2 is going to be so challenging. 6,000 gold down, 7,000 gold actually. Trying to take these fights, it's going to be so rough. Keen is a monster right now. The Rylai's comes up big, and if he can get another wall like he did before, you aren't reaching that guy. But Alex does have package. How much is that worth to Apex in terms of fight potential?
There's about 30 seconds left on that package, but Chris groups up with the rest of his team. There's a ping onto the top Inhibitor.
They're going to go rushing this down. Shrimp has some tunnels. Is it going to be a flank? Flares.
He does have teleport, and it is after 20 minutes, and immediately runs right back down the mid lane.
Well, they're going to see him on this wave, and Apex are going to be able to start up the Dragon as soon as they see that. But no, they're not going to go for it. They're not even going to try to press it. They know that his TP's up.
They don't want to take any chances so far.
There we go.
There it is. Finally going to be started.
Even in the pit. It's going down so quickly.
Down to 3,000. That's a good burn. Chris and Xpecial trying to get it low, but it's down to 2,000. Shrimp can't quite make up his mind. Kez comes in, and it is secured by APX. Now TDK have got to back out. Flash used by Alex, but he takes a nice slow. Here comes Flares, trying to buy some time, but it's a double knockup, and Apex have got the fight that they wanted. They haven't killed anyone yet, but TDK are running on borrowed time as they're trying to kite this out. Flares doing what he can. He's about to eat a fat stun, and he does. He goes down along with Trance, and Apex are going to continue chasing forward.
The damage from Sivir and also Azir, and special.
Getting a little bit greedy to try ending the game. Keen looking for the Azir sec, doesn't find it, takes some punishment from Alex. But oh my god, Chris teleported into the back. He was able to buy enough time, and that's an ace for Apex. They've got a minion wave right there. They've got 30 seconds to try to end this.
It's going to be pretty easy for them to do that. The explosive damage that Keen has with this minion wave will take off that backdoor bonus. Apex are going to take game one.
Yeah, getting onto the Nexus turrets right now. Still down to 18 seconds left. 5 for Trance, but he doesn't have a Monsoon. Best he can do is shield the turret, but the turret is already down. The Nexus itself is falling, and Apex have defeated TDK in game number 1.
And we're seeing more and more Azir for this exact reason.